Welcome back to the third part of our step-by-step masterclass on building success from zero. In episode 1, we cleared your mind and destroyed the invisible chains of your past. In episode 2, we built your map. We learned how to set crystal clear goals, break them down into micro steps, and change your environment. You have the foundation. You have the blueprint. But now, you must actually build the house. This is where 99% of people fail. They fail because they fall into the biggest psychological trap in the world, the motivation trap. Motivation is simply an emotion. It is a feeling. When you watch a powerful video, or listen to a great song, or read an inspiring book, your brain releases a chemical. You feel excited. You feel like you can conquer the entire world. You tell yourself, tomorrow my whole life changes. I am going to wake up at 5 a.m., run 10 miles, and build a massive business. But what happens the next morning? The alarm clock rings at 5 a.m. It is dark outside. It is cold. Your warm bed feels incredibly comfortable, and suddenly, that magical feeling of motivation is completely gone. You hit the snooze button. You go back to sleep. You tell yourself, I will do it tomorrow when I feel more motivated. If you are waiting to feel like doing hard work, you will wait until the day you die. Emotions are exactly like the weather. Some days are sunny and some days are raining. You cannot build a solid, permanent life on something that changes every single day. Successful people do not rely on motivation. They rely on discipline. Motivation is doing the work when you feel happy and excited. Discipline is doing the exact same work when you feel tired, sad, angry, and completely unmotivated. Today, we are going to learn the psychological science of building unbreakable discipline. To build discipline, you must first understand the battle that is happening inside your own head. Right now, you have two different brains fighting for control of your life. The first brain is your ancient, primitive brain. In psychology, this is related to the limbic system. This part of your brain is millions of years old. It only cares about three things: survival, comfort, and saving energy. When you look at a difficult task, your ancient brain panics. It says, do not do that. It will burn our energy. Let us stay in bed. Let us eat sugar. Let us be safe. The second brain is your modern logical brain. This is called the prefrontal cortex. This is the part of your brain that makes you human. It is responsible for long-term planning, setting goals, and dreaming of a better future. Every single time you try to change your life, these two brains go to war. Your modern brain says, we need to read this business book to become rich. Your ancient brain says, reading is hard and boring. Let us scroll on social media and look at funny pictures instead. Because the ancient brain is millions of years older, it is much stronger. By default, it will always win. This is why you give up on your diets. This is why you stop going to the gym. Your ancient brain is overpowering your logical brain. Discipline is simply the act of going to the gym for your modern brain. Every time you feel like quitting, but you do the work anyway, you are physically strengthening your prefrontal cortex. You are training your logical brain to become the boss. When you understand this biology, you stop feeling guilty. You realize that your desire to be lazy is not a character flaw. It is just your ancient brain trying to survive. You must learn to ignore its voice. The most common symptom of a weak logical brain is procrastination. Procrastination is when you delay doing important tasks. You know you need to study, but you decide to clean your entire house instead. You know you need to make a difficult phone call, but you decide to watch television. For a long time, people believed that procrastination was a time management problem. They thought people delayed work because they were just lazy or did not know how to read a clock. Modern psychology has proven this is completely wrong. Procrastination has nothing to do with time. Procrastination is an emotion management problem. Think about the task you are avoiding right now. Why are you avoiding it? It is because thinking about that task gives you negative emotions. It makes you feel stressed, confused, bored, or afraid of failing. Your brain hates negative emotions. So to make you feel better immediately, your brain tells you to run away from the task and do something easy. Watching television removes the stress for a few hours. You get a temporary hit of relief. But this is a deadly cycle. By running away from the work actually becomes bigger and scarier in your mind. The deadline gets closer and your stress doubles. To beat procrastination, you must stop trying to manage your time and start managing your fear. You have to realize that the anxiety of avoiding the work is always much more painful than actually doing the work. You must face the negative emotion directly. You must look at the difficult task and say, "This is going to be stressful and this is going to be boring. I accept that. Now, I am going to do it anyway." Saying you will do the hard work is easy. Actually, starting the hard work is the most difficult part of the entire process. In physics, there is a concept called static friction. It takes a massive amount of energy to push a heavy car that is completely stopped. But once the car is rolling, it takes very little energy to keep it moving. Your brain works the exact same way. Starting the task requires massive energy. Continuing the task is very easy. To trick your ancient brain into starting, you must use a powerful psychological tool called the 2-minute rule. When you look at a massive task, like writing a 5,000-word script, your brain feels terrified. It imagines hours and hours of painful work. To avoid this terror, you simply lie to your brain. You tell your brain, "We are not going to write for 3 hours. We are only going to write for 2 minutes. After 2 minutes, we are allowed to stop and go back to bed." 2 minutes is nothing. Your ancient brain will not fight you over 2 minutes. It feels perfectly safe. So you sit down, you open your computer, you start typing for 2 minutes, and then a psychological miracle happens. The static friction is broken, the car is rolling. Once you are actually doing the work, the fear completely disappears. You realize that the work is not nearly as bad as you imagined. You will find that you naturally want to keep going. You will write for 10 minutes, then 30 minutes, then an hour. You do not need the discipline to work for 5 hours. You only need the discipline to work for 2 minutes. Let momentum do the rest. If you use the 2-minute rule every day, you will eventually hit another massive wall. This wall is called boredom. The modern world has completely destroyed our ability to be bored. The moment we feel a tiny bit of silence or emptiness, we pull a glowing rectangle out of our pockets. We demand constant entertainment. We want flashy videos, fast music, and endless dopamine. But here is the absolute truth about success. Success is incredibly, painfully boring. If you want to be a master martial artist, you do not learn 1,000 different exciting kicks. You learn one basic kick, and you practice that exact same kick 10,000 times in a quiet, empty room. If you want to build $1 million business, you do not throw wild parties every day. You sit at a quiet desk, looking at boring numbers on a screen, making boring phone calls, and typing boring emails for 5 years in a row. People who rely on motivation will always quit when the work gets boring. They think that because they feel bored, they must be doing something wrong. They think success is supposed to feel like a movie. To build unbreakable discipline, you must rewire your relationship with boredom. You must learn to embrace the silence. When you feel bored while working, do not pick up your phone. Do not open a new tab on your internet browser. Sit inside the boredom. Feel it. Realize that boredom is not a poison. It is the feeling of your attention span repairing itself. The ability to focus deeply on a boring task while everyone else is distracted by entertainment is the ultimate superpower of the modern age. As you sit with the boredom and do the hard work, your body will complain. your mind will complain. Discipline requires you to willingly accept pain into your life. Many people spend their entire existence trying to run away from pain. They buy soft mattresses, they eat warm, sweet food, they avoid difficult conversations, and they refuse to take risks. They want a painless life. Psychology and philosophy both teach us that a painless life is entirely impossible. Pain is a mathematical guarantee. You cannot avoid it. However, you do have one incredible power. You get to choose which type of pain you will suffer. There is a famous rule. There are two types of pain in this world: the pain of discipline and the pain of regret. The pain of discipline happens right now. It is the pain of waking up early when it is cold. It is the pain of saying no to junk food when you are hungry. It is the pain of studying when your friends are at a party. This pain is sharp, but it is very brief. The pain of discipline weighs ounces. The pain of regret happens in the future. It is the pain of waking up at age 50, looking in the mirror, and realizing you wasted your entire life. It is the pain of being broke and unable to feed your family. It is the pain of knowing you had immense potential, but you chose to be lazy. The pain of regret weighs tons, and it lasts forever. When your alarm goes off in the morning and you want to stay in bed, you are at a crossroads. You must choose your pain. Will you choose the light, temporary pain of getting out of bed? Or will you choose the heavy, permanent pain of failing your dreams? Choose the pain of discipline. Now that you have chosen the pain of discipline, you must know how to deploy it effectively throughout your day. We learned in episode 2 that your willpower is a battery. When you wake up, it is fully charged. By the time the sun goes down, your willpower is completely empty. If you plan to do your hardest, most important work at 8 p.m., after a long day of making decisions, you will fail. Your ancient brain will easily overpower your exhausted modern brain. To guarantee that your work gets done, you must use a psychological time management strategy, famously known as eat the frog. Imagine if the universe made a rule that you had to eat a live, ugly frog every single day. If you waited until the evening to eat the frog, you would spend your entire day feeling stressed, sick, and anxious about it. The fear of the frog would ruin your day. But if you woke up and ate the frog immediately as your very first action of the day, it would be finished. The worst part of your day would be over. You could spend the rest of your day feeling incredibly proud and relaxed. Your frog is your hardest, most important daily task. It is the one micro step that will actually change your life. Do not check your email. Do not read the news. Do not talk to anyone. Wake up, drink a glass of water, and immediately attack your hardest task. Use your willpower battery when it is at 100%. Once the frog is eaten, nobody can take that victory away from you. Your day is already a success before most people have even brushed their teeth. To keep eating the frog every single day, you need a psychological reality check. We do not just lie to other people, we lie to ourselves. Our ego is constantly trying to protect our feelings. When you fail to be disciplined, your ego will immediately invent a beautiful excuse. If you miss your workout, your ego will say, "Well, you worked really hard at your job today, you deserve to rest." If you fail to save money, your ego will say, "The economy is really bad right now, it is not your fault." These lies feel good. They protect your identity, but they keep you completely trapped at zero. To destroy these lies, you must use a brutally honest tool called the accountability mirror. Every single night before you go to sleep, you must stand in front of a physical mirror. Look directly into your own eyes. You cannot lie to your own reflection. You must ask yourself out loud, "Did I do everything I promised myself I would do today?" If the answer is no, you must own the failure completely. You cannot blame your boss. You cannot blame the weather. You cannot blame your parents. You must look in the mirror and say, "I am where I am today because of the choices I made. I chose to be lazy. I chose to be weak. This is incredibly painful. Your ego will hate it. But radical responsibility is the ultimate key to freedom. Once you accept that you are 100% responsible for your failures, you also realize that you are 100% responsible for your success. You hold all the power. The accountability mirror destroys the victim mindset forever. As you embrace this extreme discipline, looking in the mirror, eating the frog, and working through the pain, many people confuse discipline with self-torture. They believe that if they sleep 4 hours a night and work 20 hours a day, they will become successful faster. This is a biological impossibility. You are not a machine. You are a biological organism. If you run a car engine at maximum speed every single day without ever changing the oil or letting it cool down, the engine will explode. Your brain and your body are exactly the same. True discipline is not just about forcing yourself to work. True discipline is also forcing yourself to rest. In psychology, there is a huge difference between quitting and pausing. Quitting means the goal is abandoned forever. Pausing means you are strategically recharging your battery so you can attack the goal with twice the power tomorrow. You must protect your sleep with the exact same aggression that you protect your work. Sleep is not a luxury for the lazy. Sleep is the biological process where your brain physically builds the new neural connections you learned that day. Without sleep, your brain cannot grow. If you are sick, or if your mind is completely broken by stress, taking a day off is not a failure of discipline. It is a strategic pause. The rule is simple. You are allowed to rest, you are allowed to cry, you are allowed to breathe, but you are never, ever allowed to quit. Let us tell the final truth about discipline. You are going to fail. No matter how strong your willpower is, no matter how perfect your environment is, you are human. You will have days where your ancient brain wins. You will eat the junk food. You will sleep too late. You will skip the boring work and watch a movie instead. Perfection is a myth. No successful person in history has ever had a perfect record. What separates the ultimate winners from the permanent losers is a psychological metric called the bounce-back rate. When a loser makes a mistake, they let the mistake destroy their entire identity. If they eat one bad meal on a diet, they say, well, the whole diet is ruined. I might as well eat pizza for the rest of the week. They let one failure turn into a permanent collapse. When a winner makes a mistake, they immediately draw a line in the sand. They practice the never miss twice rule. If you miss your daily habit on Monday, that is just a mistake. It happens. But you must fight with the fury of a wild animal to ensure you do not miss it on Tuesday. One missed day is a tiny bump in the road. 2 missed days is the beginning of a new, highly dangerous habit. Your discipline is not measured by your ability to be perfect. Your discipline is measured entirely by how fast you recover from your mistakes. Forgive yourself immediately, reset your environment, and get back to work the very next second. We have laid down the absolute laws of human discipline. We learned that motivation is a cheap emotion, and discipline is the biological battle between your modern and ancient brain. We destroyed the procrastination lie by realizing we are avoiding emotions, not time. We learned to trick our lazy brain with the 2-minute rule. We embraced the power of boredom. We chose the short pain of discipline over the eternal pain of regret. We promised to eat our frog every morning. We faced our reflection in the accountability mirror. We learned to pause instead of quitting, and we mastered the bounce-back rate. This is the hardest part of the journey, but it is also the only part that matters. Your map is drawn, and your armor is on. Here is your strict action plan for the next 7 days to master Episode 3. Step 1. Identify the frog. Every night, choose the single hardest, most important task for the next day. Write it down and put it next to your bed. Step 2. The morning attack. When you wake up, do not look at your phone. Do not negotiate with your ancient brain. Use the 2-minute rule immediately to start your frog. Step 3. The boredom test. Once a day, sit in a completely silent room for 10 minutes with no music, no phone, and no books. Stare at the wall. Train your brain to stop fearing boredom. Step 4. The mirror check. Before you get into bed every night, look in the mirror. Ask yourself, did I do the work today, or did I lie to myself? Own the answer. Motivation will leave you. The excitement will fade. When the weather gets cold and the lights go out, all you have left is the grind. Embrace it. You have completed episode 3. You now have the mind of a builder. We will see you in episode 4, where we will completely change how you view the people around you and unlock the psychology of building a powerful network.